Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today, I'm doing something different. This is not my normal opening, so I'm taking a couple days with the family over the holidays. So, first of all, happy holidays to you and yours, and I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving or just wonderful day if you're in a different country. But thanks so much for being here. So, I am re-releasing some of my Patreon episodes. So we'll be deep diving Sex in the City, one of my favorite things to do. So this is season 3, episode 3, Attack of the 5'10" Woman. I always love this episode. Remember, this is the one where Carrie maxes out everything to look fabulous because Natasha is like on the board of this event. And she runs into Natasha in a dressing room. Remember, I love this episode. Sit back, relax, enjoy. If you want to further support the show and see more stuff like this, check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. Let's get into this episode. And thanks for being here. Happy holidays. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Patreon. We're on season 3, episode 3, Attack of the 5'10" Woman. This episode aired June 18th in the year 2000. Can you believe 22 years? I don't even want to talk about it. How is that even possible? But yeah, super excited to talk about this one. Lots of classic Carrie-isms in this one. And let's jump in. So the episode kicks off, it's Sunday brunch, and it's single woman sports pages, according to the ladies. They're looking at the wedding section in the paper. And they're depressed to learn that most of the women are in their 20s. And they get into a conversation that makes me laugh about Roman numeral guys. Sam says the higher the number on the end of their name, the worse they are in bed. Charlotte makes some sort of weird noise. And they're like, "What's up with you?" And she says, "Nothing, nothing." Well, it's Big and Natasha. It's official. He's married, according to Carrie. And yeah, so she sees this whole spread in the paper and is surprised. And she says, "What's next? Big and Natasha, the movie?" I hate this shirt on Carrie, P.S. Just a little aside there. But yeah, so she's devastated to learn. Charlotte, being a good friend, walks Carrie home, follows her in, and says, "I know you're going to read this, so let's just read it together." So, Big and Natasha, of course, we know, fell in love in Paris, which makes even less sense that Carrie decides to spread his ashes there later. Don't even get me started, and just like that. So, they got married in Southampton at her parents' house. It was a small wedding, 50 people. Carrie's saying she doesn't hear Big anywhere in the article until she finds out that Natasha walked down the aisle to When a Man Loves a Woman on saxophone. Charlotte says it's tacky. Carrie says, "No, that's big." She cries. She balls up the article. Charlotte tries to comfort her and say, "Listen, he just wasn't the right man for you." And Carrie just keeps saying, "It's her. She's shiny hair Vera Wang, and I'm the sex column that's run next to ad for penile implants." Okay, you guys, we get our first Magda sighting. This is where Magda is hired to clean the house. And I will always have a soft spot in my heart for Magda. Lynn Cohen, rest in peace. But fabulous character, fabulous actress. Love this so much. So it's the growing pains, right, of meeting. I've never had a house cleaner, but I imagine kind of getting to know each other, working around each other, that sort of thing, learning your daily habits, that would be, yeah, it'd be a learning curve for anybody, right? Like any new relationship, it'd be a learning curve. Magda ends up giving her a rolling pin and tells Miranda, "It's good for you to make pies. Men like women who make pies." And that couldn't be like the worst thing to say to Miranda, of course. So from here we go to Miranda and Carrie. Carrie's trying on clothes and Miranda's standing outside of the dressing room, the curtain, talking to her, asking her about the whole rolling pin thing. And out walks Natasha looking like this. It's just not even fair. I think Natasha, Bridget Moynihan, is just one of the most beautiful women in the whole world. So gorgeous. Here she is. Not fair. Carrie walks out like this in bra and horrible underwear and just is very Carrie about the whole situation, right? She's trying to talk to Natasha. Turns out they're going to the same lunch. Natasha's on the committee. It's the Women in the Arts luncheon, and Carrie feels like she needs to go now that she's seen Natasha. I love that scene there at the end where Carrie pulls Miranda into the dressing room. I just feel like that's a real thing you would do with your girlfriend. Like, get in here. We got to talk about this. Okay. So on the phone with Samantha, Carrie says that now she has to go. She can't find her invitation. She's talked to Natasha twice, once in a cowboy hat, once in my bra. I'm like, Annie, get your clothes on. I do always love that line, Annie, get your clothes on. She's asking for Samantha to get her an invite and to make sure she can go to this event. Samantha says, I'll do you one better, honey. I'm coming with you. We see Carrie working on her column. She's asking, are women in New York that are just there to make us feel bad about ourselves? I think that's not just specific to New York. Meanwhile, Magda cleaning Miranda's. She finds Miranda's goodie drawer. And Miranda feels like she needs to talk, like she needs to justify it. Listen, I didn't have a boyfriend. Now I do. I have this drawer. That's it. And Magda says, if you want to get married, she says at this point, do you want to marry this man? And Miranda's like, I don't know if I want to marry him. Well, Magda says, God bless you. And again, worst thing you could say to Miranda, says, I don't need you or God to bless me. So again, not off to a great start with Magda, but we love Magda, so I don't even care. The girls go to a steam room, and it's interesting because Charlotte is going through some sort of crisis, and once again, Carrie is sweet to her and talks to her about it, but Carrie's still so focused on her own problems. I can't show too many photos there because lots of nudity, but Charlotte's just saying that she doesn't feel good about herself or her body, and it's just too hot in there. She can't deal with it. She tells Carrie she has the perfect body, which kind of makes me want to barf a little bit. Okay, Samantha just had a massage. She runs into a woman who said she just had the most intense massage with Kevin. So the woman she runs into is Celia. She's played by Barbara Garrick. If she looks familiar, she's from One Life to Live in The Firm. Kevin walks out, and Kevin is very handsome. He looks familiar. He's Christopher Sieber. And if you ever watch Pushing Daisies, he played Napoleon in Pushing Daisies. I always love that show. Meanwhile, over at Miranda's house, she goes to grab her vibrating friend and is instead horrified to find that it has been moved, and instead there's a religious statue. She finds Virgin Mary in her drawer. So Carrie and Charlotte meet up, and Carrie orders a flourless chocolate thing, and Charlotte orders a fruit cup. And Carrie has a Manolo Blahnik bag. I hate these shoes so much. I do usually like Carrie. Well, it depends. I like some of Carrie's shoes. I think they're cool. I hate these. They're like pastel rainbow. I don't think they look great. And she wears a red dress later. So that kept bothering me. Like, do these shoes even go with that dress? I don't know. I hate them. But Charlotte's still dealing with herself and, going through her low self-esteem stuff. Carrie says a bunch of nice things sorry, I'm saying that wrong. Okay. Charlotte's going through her stuff, right? And then Carrie, of course, makes a conversation about her and how she's competing with Natasha. Charlotte is very sweet to Carrie and says, you're beautiful. You're the most interesting woman in the room. And Carrie wants to know, well, why can't you have this pep talk with yourself? Okay, that afternoon, Charlotte decides to face her fear. She goes back to the steam room. She decides she's going to do this. She's just going to take off her clothes and be naked and face her fears. Okay, I'm just going to put it out there that I hate this scene so much. So, listen, some people are like this. I get it. Some people don't want to show stuff off. Fine. Your body, your choice, whatever. Do whatever you want to do. But some people are more likely to, be in a steam room and just be fine with not having stuff. That's up to you. I'm not even talking about that. What bothers me about this is Charlotte makes this decision. She's sitting there. This other woman sits down, and even if she's complimenting Charlotte, it's so weird how she stares. That always bothered me about this scene. Like, I've been to gyms. You just kind of don't look, right? Like, you just kind of avert your eyes. It'd be weird to stare and compliment somebody's body while you're just trying to relax in a steam room. Meanwhile, we go over to Samantha. She's getting a massage by Kevin. He's repeatedly asking her, is this okay? Yes. Is this okay? Yes. So he's working his way up her body. She thinks he's going in for it. Nope. He bypasses, go right to her. Continuing on with her, her hands and her arms and stuff. She grabs his junk and says, is this okay? And apparently, yeah, it's not. So the spa manager has to talk to Samantha, and she says, listen, this is not my fault. I know for a fact he went down on another customer. That's why I booked the appointment. So then she meets up with Carrie for that ladies who lunch, whatever, the arts, woman in the arts luncheon, that's what it is. And they look gorgeous. I do love Carrie's dress here. I don't think it goes with the shoes she bought, but that's another subject. I love Samantha's whole look here. I think she looks great. So they're there, and they are greeted by Mimi. And Mimi is played by Lovette George. She's a Broadway actress. She was in the background in Center Stage, that movie, but she was like an understudy to Kristen Chenoweth. She's big-time Broadway actress. And Kristen, of course, is also in Pushing Daisies and Full Circle. Okay, so they find out here that, so Carrie says, oh, Natasha's not here yet. And Mimi says, oh, Natasha's not coming. She doesn't feel well. She's staying home. So Carrie went to all this effort and all this trouble to look this good, to be all dressed up, to spend a month's rent on this dress, to spend however much on the shoes, and to, have everything done up. And of course, Natasha's not even going to be there. So she's bummed. And Samantha says, listen, we're staying. I paid $80-something to get us in here. We were having our free drinks. So they decide to stay for a little bit. Miranda then has to go talk to Magda and say, where is my thing? What thing? You know what thing? And who is this? It's Virgin Mary. She replaced the thing with Virgin Mary. Magda then says, no man will marry you with that thing. Basically, it means you don't need him. And Miranda says, what I don't need is another mother. I have one in Philadelphia. That's close enough. So I'm glad that Miranda put her foot down. I love Magda. I think she can do no wrong, but she was wrong. It's Miranda's house. She's a grown woman. Whatever she wants to have in there is up to her. So then we go to Carrie at the luncheon. She is sloshed. This woman next to her is talking to her about the work she does with a children's charity. She'd love for Carrie to come talk to them about getting into writing. And she says, I write about sex. Is that something the kids want to learn about, sex? All right, Samantha brings over Jenna. Jenna is played by Heather Goldenhirsch. She is Miss Wilkerson in Modern Family, and she played Sheila in School of Rock. So she went to college with Natasha. She tells them that it's just so silly. Natasha gained 10 pounds her sophomore year at Tulane. Whoop-de-doo. I hate this so much because there's a line that Carrie says, it says, 6 years ago, she was a cheerleader with a weight problem. I'm just like, ugh, don't say that. So Samantha was trying to cheer her up. Didn't work. Carrie's still miserable. What else is new? As they're leaving, Samantha runs into the lady from the spa. And she says, ladies, this is the woman who got Kevin fired. They're mad. So Samantha and Carrie have to make a haste exit. That lunch did not go well for either of them. Okay. So Miranda says, oh, I didn't get pictures of this because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why. I meant to take pictures and it didn't. I don't know. I don't know where they went. Doesn't matter. She realizes that Magda organized her condom, so it's kind of like a truce on behalf of Magda. So then we go to Carrie, who got a thank you letter from Natasha for attending the luncheon. And Carrie, being a petty bitch, like I probably would be too, clings on to the fact that Natasha made a spelling error in her thank you letter. And of course, where Carrie's a writer, she caught it. She calls up Miranda and says, guess what? It's a good thing she got married. She's an idiot. I'm the worst speller in the whole world, so I don't even know if I would notice a misspelling. But Carrie did and latched onto that. So I get it. I'm not mad at it. Like, that's a thing you would do, right? If you didn't like somebody, you just grab onto something, you know, like, and you know, hang on to the reason that you don't like them. So I get it. Okay, that is it for the episode. I wish I had more behind the scenes stuff on this one. There just wasn't much to it. I tried to look it up. There wasn't much. Did find out some about the actors and actresses in the background, but I didn't. They're just not behind the scenes stuff, but doesn't matter. Still love the episode. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the support on Patreon. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.